Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us for tonight's G.R.I.T session, the G.R.I.T Blueprint with Terence. Now, we're excited to welcome all of you for today's special session that is part of our series of events celebrating Beyond Insights' 16th anniversary. How are all of you? So before we jump in, as usual, I love for everyone to turn on your cameras because it's always fantastic to see all of your faces, right? And it really helps us feel more connected with you, helps Terence feel more connected with you as we go along today's session. All right, nice to see you, Pauline, Kok Yong, Teng Kim, Yufat. I see, these are very familiar names. I know that all of you have been participating very frequently in our lunch talk session as well. So it's really great to see all of you here today. And as you all know, this year's theme is all about 16 years of enrichment. And Terence will be talking about the difference between G.R.I.T and G.R.I.T, growth, resilience, insights, and transformation during tonight's special session. So are all of you ready for me to bring Terence on? So I'm so used to saying Kathleen. Yeah. So are all of you ready for me to bring Terence on? Type we're ready in the chat. Yes, Pauline is ready. Kim Chu. Thank you, Josephine. Are more of you ready? To Tian, Jinglun. All right, Terence, please welcome you to this session.
All right, give me a moment here to set up my screening, Shen.
Sure, Terence. So how are all of you? Have you guys attended all of the lunch talk sessions up so far? We have our last one tomorrow lunchtime with Whelan, our coach. So remember to join in as well if all of you are available during that time. All right, Terence, I see that you are...
Getting there, I think.
It's loading from my side. Anyone else can see Terence's screen?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are catching up with your dinner. It's okay to talk while watching. I see some of you having dinner. Nice to have dinner with you because we don't get to do this often, actually. So yes, welcome everyone. And I like to finish by 9:30 so that I can send you back to the market. All right. And I hope I can do so because I do have a lot to share. I'll keep it as concise as possible, but I also don't want to miss the chance of engaging and interacting with you as I go through the material, because these are something that is not only very important, but we believe that is very impactful for your success as well as an investor or trader. Now, before I go on to the actual content, I'll do this little icebreaker session with all of you, okay? Are you up for a little icebreaker? Please type I on the chat if you are up for that. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, so, as we progress as a trader, we want to go from the novice stage, from not knowing anything to the type who is really proficient and confident, right? Confident of our strategy, confident that we can deal with whatever the market is throwing at us, knowing that, we can deal with uncertainties, deal with whatever the Fed is going to announce, so on and so forth, right? That's proficiency. Now, I think there is another aspect that is actually very, very important for us as an investor or trader, okay? Which is the peace of mind, right? So how many of you, right, when you trade, you actually sometimes you feel anxiety, if you have you worry about what the market is going to do, you worry about, am I going to make it successfully as a trader or not? So how many of you worry about hitting stop loss? Yep. Which is important, isn't it? Because if we don't have peace of mind, very, very likely it will be very, very challenging for us, right? Now, what affect our peace of mind? Sometimes it doesn't come from the market, isn't it? You know, what can affect our peace of mind in the context of trading and investing, do you think? You know, other than what happens in the market, you know, what else can affect our peace of mind? For you, from your experience, what can make you anxious, worried, you know, frustrated in your trading business that is not because of the market one? Financial losses, well, that's kind of caused by the market, right? Fear of losing money, okay. Perhaps some of you may have pressure from your family members or peer. How many of you may have that, you know, that you have perhaps your spouse or friend looking over your shoulder and asking you, hey, are you making money already? Do you have that kind of pressure that sometimes affect your stress level? How about pressure from work? You know, you on one hand you want to go home and prepare for your trade. On the other hand, you have your project deadline to deliver. All right, so those actually affect our peace of mind, isn't it? So what is this poll about? Now you see there's a 4-quadrant here, right? 4-quadrant here. Now we want to use characters from famous animated movie to represent the character at different quadrant. So how many of you recognize this character? Olaf. Thank you, Kate. All right. Olaf from I know the movie is not called Let It Go, but somehow that song just stuck. Frozen, yes, thank you. All right, so what does which type of trader Olaf represent? You know, Olaf, this guy here is doing sunbathing under the sun, despite that he's a snowman. So Olaf represents, you know, all the maybe a beginner traders, right, who accept uncertainty. You know, Olaf definitely he accept uncertainty, but he kind of lay back, right? Have no strong reason to push themselves towards success, right? Maybe they lack a clear financial goal, direction, and perhaps even experience, right, in handling the various market condition. So they are very peaceful, right? It's like the bliss of ignorant. Their peacefulness stems from a lack of awareness about the challenge ahead. Creating a false sense of reality or security, so to speak. Okay, this guy here is what's his name? I think his name is Kevin, right? He's one of the minion. Okay, so Kevin is constantly reacting. By the way, if you're any of you by the name of Kevin, please, I'm not talking about you, talking about minion. He's constantly reacting, right? Emotionally driven, very emotional people, very unfocused as well, right? So Kevin represents traders who are always reacting or overreacting to the market movement, right? Leading to emotional instability, and sometimes we call it emotional damage, right? These traders, they lack focus, they jump from one strategy to another without mastering any of them. Their anxiety basically comes from being easily distracted by the latest trends. Oh, everybody say Bitcoin is going up, and then they'll jump into it, right? Which affects their trading results and prevent them from staying on a consistent path. So is this you? Is this you? Are you in that quadrant? Or are you this? Who is this? Anyone recognize this character? Nobody. Yes. Thank you, Judy from Zootopia. Okay, so Judy here represents the proficient but anxious one, right? I mean, I don't know whether it's the nature of rabbit, but in the movie, right, she's always like zipping here and there, talking really fast, getting easily anxious about things as well, right? So, but she is proficient, right? She is quite a high achiever, quite good at what she does actually. So Judy represents the traders who have the knowledge and belief in following the process, but they are still going through anxiety, right? Due to external factors, whether it's market volatility, whether it's performance pressure, they are engaged, their eagerness to succeed may sometimes lead to what we call self-sabotage. Self-sabotage, right? They may feel stuck or frustrated despite they know their stuff, right? They know how to draw support resistance, they know all the trade patterns and whatnot, but they haven't found peace in following the process yet. All right, so how many of you are in this quadrant? Of course, ultimately, I would assume that all of us want to be in this upper right quadrant, isn't it? So who is this guy? All right, he is Po from Kung Fu Panda. Of course, in the beginning, he is not proficient at all. Okay, so it took quite a bit of a journey with his master Shifu to finally got him to be proficient because the Shifu found a unique way for him to learn, to teach him, right? So at the end, Po is not only peaceful, but he's proficient as well. So, Po represents all the so-called master traders who are not only proficient in their skills, they also have clarity on, for example, which trading style suits them best. They manage their emotion well, and they are able to trade in any market direction without being rattled by whatever the market is doing, right? So these kind of traders, if you can achieve this state, they tend to become consistent, and they have the peace of mind that allows them to focus on long-term success without being emotionally impacted by the short-term ups and downs. All right. So are we clear on what the four character represents? Okay. So if you are clear, shall we do a poll? Okay. This is an anonymous poll. Anonymous poll. Yeah. So just share with us which one do you think you are? Are you Olaf or the Kevin from one of the minions, or are you Judy, or are you Po, the Kung Fu Panda? Okay, I have 50+% of you participating, 60. Come on, stop eating for a while. Eat on the poll. All right, 74%, 74%, 75. Okay, so let me share the results with you. Okay, thank you so much. We've got 81% participation. So here's the result. Now, yep, I think quite the majority it seems are still going through anxiety, right? You're still at the anxious stage. More than half of you. And then there's some Olaf as well, 26% of you, novice, but still peaceful, right? So, cause everyone wants to be a Kung Fu Panda, right? So that's what we are going to talk about today. All right. Now, okay, we've done that. So, before we move on, can I have the permission to be just very upfront and honest with you with the content that I'm going to deliver, because we are going to talk about mindset, right? And I realized that after doing this for 16 years, after leading and managing a team for many more years than this, when it comes to mindset, it's it's not beneficial to sugarcoat things, right? We just got to say things as it is. So in today's topic, do I have your permission to just be very upfront with you about what it takes to be successful and not try to sugarcoat things for you? Is that okay? All right, thank you so much. Okay, so we are starting with this pyramid. Okay, what does it represent? You may have heard these statistics. If you Google it, you will find that as well. It is said that as far as trading goes, 95% of people who are trading in the market does not have consistent or lasting success, right? So the one who achieves success consistently, it's only the 5% of them, right? So we just label them master traders. And then top traders, right? If you talk about famous names like Paul Tudor Jones, Warren Buffett, George Soros, John Templeton, so on and so forth, those are really, really very, very few of them, right? 1%. But there are a lot more master traders around. But if you talk about in the entire population of people who are trading in the market, 95% of them either lose money or don't make money consistently. Okay. Whoa, I know what you're thinking. You may be thinking, hey, but now that I've learned from Beyond Insights, am I gonna still fall under the 95%? Of course, by coming to Beyond Insights, we hope that you have actually increased your probability of success tremendously, all right? Because majority of the 95% of people who are in the market don't actually know what they are doing, okay? They may be the Olaf or the minion, okay? So they don't have, some of them don't have a clear strategy, or they have a strategy that is clearly and truly wrong, but they don't know it, and they're executing it over and over again until they ran out of capital or time and gave up, or ran out of motivation. All right, so the market is full of those people, and we hope that with the education that you have received from Beyond Insights, you can work yourself towards that 5% or even the 1%, which some of our students have already achieved. Okay, so then the next question is this, right? Let's invert this so that you see this as a funnel or a filter, right? All of us have a criteria to identify strong growth stocks. You learned that in G.R.I.T, right? Right, but is there a criteria to identify successful traders? Is there a criteria to identify successful traders? Turns out there is, but this criteria doesn't just apply to traders or investors. In fact, it applies to most profession, business, or any human endeavor. So what's that, you may ask? I'm going to share this video with you. It's a very short video, but I'd like you to take note, right? Please take note because after the video, I'm going to ask you questions, and if you can answer the questions, you will get rewarded, okay? You will get rewarded, okay? So please take out your notepad, iPad, or whatever pad. Please take notes when we play the video for you.
One characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success, and it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. To me, the most shocking thing about grit is how little we know, how little science knows about building it. Every day, parents and teachers ask me, how do I build grit in kids? What do I do to teach kids a solid work ethic? How do I keep them motivated for the long run? The honest answer is, I don't know. What I do know is that talent doesn't make you gritty. Our data show very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitments. In fact, in our data, grit is usually unrelated or even inversely related to measures of talent. So far, the best idea I've heard about building grit in kids is something called growth mindset. This is an idea developed at Stanford University by Carol Dweck, and it is the belief that the ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effort. Dr. Dweck has shown that when kids read and learn about the brain and how it changes and grows in response to challenge, they're much more likely to persevere when they fail because they don't believe that failure is a permanent condition. So growth mindset is a great idea for building grit, but we need more. Thank you.
Terence, you're muted. Can you unmute?
Okay, sorry. Okay, so time to check your notes. Time to check your notes. And we like you to go to the Swing and Trend Facebook group. I hope all of you are there. And the link is posted by Nishan already, the Swing and Trend Facebook group. And please type in the comment of that post, what did you get from the video? What did you get from the video? Okay, gonna give you about 3 minutes to do it. And perhaps I can show you where it is as well. Let's see. Here you go. That's the post made by the team earlier on under the Swing and Trend Traders group. It is pinned to the top, so you should be able to see it. Okay, so everyone who posts get 20 BI dollars, right? 20 BI dollars. 20 BI dollars if you post your notes. What did you learn from the video? Okay, key factor to grit is to have growth mindset. Thank you, Joyce. 20 BI dollars to you. Wow, we got 19 comments already. Okay. Growth mindset, ability to learn and change your effort, passion and persevere, stamina, future and growth mindset, key to success, perseverance. Wow. The commitment to see things through. Good is about having passion and perseverance for long-term goals. Failure is not a permanent condition. Great is about stamina, perseverance, sticking to it for a long haul in order to make the future in reality. Okay, one key to grit is growth mindset. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. So later on, we will go through this long list. Thank you so much to the student affairs team. We'll go through this long list and reward all of you with 20 BI dollars. All right. So if you are still thinking about it, please type it in right now while I switch screen to go back to the presentation. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Okay, so but let's do some inverse thinking, right? Just to confirm what grit is not about, because she did mention that from her research, it shows very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitments. Okay, so in fact, in her data, grit is usually unrelated, either unrelated or even inversely related. So doesn't mean that if you are clever, you're smart, you have high IQ, you're gonna have grit. So it is not about talent. So as many of you noted down, this is all the main points that she said. Grit is, first of all, a significant predictor of success. It's about passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. And I like the fourth point, right? Sticking with your future day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. So I hope you have worked out your, not only your financial plan, but your trading plan, your portfolio plan, to know that with your current situation, with the amount of capital that you have, with the strategy of your choice, with the time that you have, what will be a SMART goal, a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based goal that you can set for yourself financially. And you will realize that I think for most of you, it will take years, not even 5 years. I believe some 10 years, 20 years. How do I know that? Because I have looked at your the profiling that you fill in before you the first time you join your workshop, right? So I know the general statistics. In general, most people who wants to be who wants to achieve their financial goal eventually has to take 10 years, 20 years at least. All right. So, which means to say this is very relevant, isn't it? Sticking with your future day in, day out, right? For years, and working hard to make that future a reality. I hope that when you come to Beyond Insights, we have made it loud and clear to you that although we can simplify trading process for you, but for you to achieve the success, you still need to put in the effort consistently, right? And the effort will be worth it, will be worth it. Of course, it depends on how big your dream is, how big your goal are, but it will be worth it. So I think last point there, which is very important as well, life is like a marathon. It is not a sprint. So this is why Kathleen has this quote that we always repeat, right? To get you, all of us here are on a journey of life, journey to wealth. But when we do trading, there's a parallel here, because trading is a journey of, who can fill in that blank? Yes, thank you, Richard. Trading is a journey of character building. Trading is a journey of character building, right? And this is why we are here for, right? We are not only here to help you be wealthy, but we hope that our journey of character building, by going through our own financial journey, by going through our own journey of building Beyond Insights, will also be a reflection for you, be an inspiration for you as well. Okay, so now since trading a journey that is also full of pothole, many of you has agreed that you are going through a lot of some form of anxiety, some form of worry, some form of frustration in this journey, which are like potholes on the road, right? Which is something KL is famous for. Not only we have pothole now, we also have sinkhole. So how do you make sure that you can overcome the potholes on the way to in this journey to your success, right? So then obviously the answer we're getting to is you need grit. Well, Angela Duckworth did say that, well, nobody has figured out everything about grit, but we here in Beyond Insights believe that we have figured out majority of it, especially in the context of investing and trading. So how many of you agree that we need to build grit in our life? Type a yes if you agree with that. All right, thank you. And if you don't agree, please feel free to share as well, right? So not here to impose this for you, but to justify to you beyond reasonable doubt, okay, that building grit is a necessity in our lives. So we have this grit formula. How many of you, this is our formula, right? G.R.I.T. How many of you already know what it stands for? Okay, first one who typed the answer get another 20 BI dollars. What does G.R.I.T. stand for? Growth, resilience, insights, transformation. Thank you, Jayla. You get 20 BI dollars. All right. Now, so to further expound on this, yes, we need to develop a growth mindset. We also need to build resilience, right? What does resilient means? It means building resilience to all kinds of stress. Now, I'm using a general word here called stress to represent all kinds of challenges that we have to go through. Now, would you agree that challenges that is around the competency, it's easier to resolve, right? If you have competency challenge, come and learn, go through the workshops again, go through a tutorial again, polish up your competency, ask questions to your coaches. It is that is the know-how part that is relatively easier to resolve. But there are definitely other forms of stress, which we have talked about earlier, and those are nevertheless often the biggest hurdles that we have to overcome, not only in trading, but in life as well. So if we don't have the resilience, we will not do it. We will not overcome it, right? So that's what resilience means in the context of grit. And I stands for insights. How do you build resilience? That's what we're going to explore later on. And the fourth point is about working on transformation regularly, right? Let's talk about transformation, probably in a different way later on in the session as well. So do stay until the end, although I do commit to finish by 9:30. Okay, so G stands for growth mindset. Now, what is growth mindset? If you're in the corporate world, this word might have become a cliche. However, if you look at the original research, it is very much not so. Okay, it has very, very specific information about what it means. So I thought I'd share that with you so that we are all clear. But let's first start with what it does not mean. Some people say that, oh, I'm flexible, I'm very open on. I'm always open to gain new knowledge. You share with me. I'm always very open to listen, and I'm always flexible to test out new things, try new things, and I have a very positive outlook towards life. So is that not growth mindset? No, not according to the person who coined it. All right. So as Angela Duckworth said, this is based on a Stanford research by this person, Dr. Carol Dweck. She said that, well, these are all false growth mindset. She's not saying it's a bad thing, right? It's a good thing to have. Being flexible, open-minded, having positive outlook, those are all good things that we should have in our life, but that doesn't define a growth mindset. So let's talk about what it is then. By the way, if you want no more, go and read this book. It's called The New Psychology of Success, right? Now, okay, before I review that, so this is the most accurate summary I can find about the difference between a fixed and growth mindset. Because to understand growth mindset, you also need to know what is a fixed mindset. I'm sorry, it's a bit small, but because I want the summary to be accurate, I was looking for a lot of these images, and quite a fair bit of them are a bit condescending, so to speak. All right, when it defines growth versus fixed mindset, but this is the most accurate one according to the author and the book. So now, let's contrast between fixed and growth mindset, right? So for the fixed mindset, people believe that skill, intelligence, and talents are natural. It means you're either born with it or you're not. Like you may think that, well, actually, let's say, for example, certain skills like for dancing, I still don't think that I have any natural talent in dancing. Okay, so yeah, that's what I think, right? So people with fixed mindset thinks that failure is shameful and should be avoided. Some people are naturally good at things while others are not, and you are actually not in control of your ability. So it is the mindset that you either have it or you don't. Okay, if you don't have it, then tough luck, right? Go do something else that you can. So let me not go through the rest. Perhaps we will post up the reference in the Facebook post later so that you can read more about it. But people with growth mindset believe that you have the capacity to learn and grow your skills, any skills. Okay, and failure is a valuable lesson, right? Which means all failures are good if you can learn from it. And people who are good at something are good because they build that ability, not because they are born at it. And you are in control of your abilities, right? So that's define growth mindset. Now, of course, arguably, some people are just born with talent. Especially you look at a lot of talented musicians out there, like Yo-Yo Ma, the guy that plays cello. I think those are talent, right? They are born with it because from very, very young, they somehow could just do it really naturally without much so-called hard work or practice, right? Of course, they actually do put into a lot of practice to become a master, but natural talent does play a role, but it is not everything, right? People with growth mindset believe that as long as I find the way to build the capability, I can do it, right? No matter what skill it is. So, so that's an important part of the process. These people are typically focused on the process of getting better and always considering different opportunities. They are more likely to embrace challenges and persevere moving forward. They also seek to improve. They see mistakes as learning opportunities and ways to improve. Whereas the people with fixed mindset get discouraged when making mistakes and avoid them. Now, there's a important thing that we have to know, which is according to the author and the researcher as well, everyone is actually a mixture of fixed and growth mindset. Nobody is 100% growth mindset. And we have to continually evolve. Our mindset, our growth mindset can continually evolve with experience, which means to say, as you trade more in the market, right, your growth mindset can actually evolve. So a pure growth mindset doesn't exist, which is something that we have to acknowledge to attain the benefit of growth mindset that we seek. Okay. In conclusion, growth mindset is something that we all need to develop. It's not about just studying hard. It is a mindset itself. Okay, so that defines growth mindset. Now, how do you know you have it? This is a summary of it. Individuals who believe that their talents in trading and investing can be developed through hard work, good strategies, and input from others. So do you have all three or not? I hope you have good strategies from Beyond Insights already. I hope you also seek input from others, whether it's from coaches through the Facebook group or your peer group if you have it, and also through hard work. It is hard because you have to persevere, you have to keep at it for many, many years until you succeed. Now, I want to bring in Kathleen's example, right, about grit. I think many of you have heard her share her earlier part of the journey where she made that decision to make trading successful, right? So after she made that decision, she was doing it diligently and intensively for 3 years. And how many trading days did she miss in that 3 years? Thank you, Krisha. 5 days only, okay? Out of 3 years, she missed 5 days. You know, how is that for grit? All right, so that's why people like that tend to achieve more than those with a more fixed mindset. This is because they worry less about looking smart and put more energy into learning. Kathleen was just focusing on learning the market. Now, so what do we need to learn actually? There are 3 aspects. If you have realized it already on how Beyond Insight structure our program. First, you learn the methodologies, right? What are methodologies? Growth investing, swing and trend trading, intraday trading, options. Those are methodologies. Okay, so the good methodologies give you the ability to achieve consistent results, reduce effort, and also respond to various market conditions, right? Options will allow you to do that because you can use that to manage risk better. So the competency in methodology is important. Then there is also the market, right? That we need to develop a growth mindset towards as well to understand it, right? Sometimes when you read through articles, you watch YouTube on the internet, you will find traders who say that, I don't care about all this. I just look at the chart and I can become successful. Of course, not saying that it is not possible, just saying that, you know, these are the type of people that potentially has a fixed mindset, right? Their mindset is that, wow, I just got to find that secret strategy that works for me and then stick to it. So what could be the potential challenge or issue with this kind of strategy and this kind of trader, right? So think about that. Now, the reality is that, you know, as Kathleen always say, right, 40% of the time, stock prices are moved by overall market sentiment, and then 30% by industry or sector trends. So by the willingness and openness to learn all this, you can actually do better, right? Wouldn't that be logical and justifiable? Then the next thing is the mindset, right? 90% of the success factors in any human endeavor, whether it's trading, whether it's business, lies in this area. Nishan was sharing with me earlier that she found these statistics that 75% of intraday traders give up in 2 years' time. And if you look at it, if you look at the business context, right, the statistics is very similar, right? Within 2 years period, majority, more than 50% of the business will close down. and only the minority survive beyond 2 years. So what does that tell us? It tells us that there are many obstacles to success. And if we don't push through them, if we don't find ways to overcome them, then we will not be able to proceed. We will stay stagnant. But if we keep moving, if we jump over the hurdles, like what these guys are doing, then we will have momentum to push forward. So how do you then make sure that you have the momentum to stay in motion? This is where resilience come in, all right? Resilience. So let's talk about specifically what are the common challenges that traders and investors face, right? So this is in the context of relatively new traders, maybe traders with 3 to 5 years experience, okay, before they achieve that peace of mind state. Some even took more than 5 years to achieve that. 8 years, 10 years, if you don't address it. Okay, so as I go through this, right, I'd like you to engage as well. As I go, I'm going to list out the common challenges and traders. And if it's something that you're experiencing, can you type a 1 on the chat, right? If you experience fear of being wrong, type 1 on the chat. All right, how about fear of loss? Some of you mentioned this earlier. Type 2 on the chat if you experience fear of loss. What about fear of missing out? Whoa. NVIDIA going to the moon. What am I missing out? Okay. What about commitment and discipline, right? How many of you told yourself that when you start a program, I'm going to be studying and learning every day. I'm going to spend 30 minutes a day or 1 hour a day, whatever it is you commit to yourself earlier, but actually did not follow through. So if you have that, please type a 4. Right, thank you. Next one, if you have issues self-sabotaging, type 5. What does it mean, right? For example, you know that you need to put profit target and stop loss, and then you took it away. Isn't that self-sabotaging? Okay, how many of you experience that? Okay, type of 5. And how many of you have challenged with limiting beliefs? You actually haven't really got the conviction on whether you can be a successful trader or investor. How many of you have that that belief issue at the back of your mind? And how many of you are dealing with anxiety because of uncertainties in the market? You know, your blood pressure kind of mirror the stock chart. Okay, so all right, thank you. So I see so many numbers here, right? From 1 through 7. So that's the truth. That's the truth. And that's the common challenges that all of us have to go through as we embark on this journey. And if you look at it, right, when you stack up all these challenges, right, it's not just one hurdle. You have one hurdle after the other that you have to go through in this race. And if you don't have resilience, how are we going to make it? So how do you develop resilience? Just quickly, 2 tips here. Some of you may know this already. This is what we ask you. Most of you actually who goes through the newer curriculum these days, the very first day you come to orientation, we ask you this question. What is your why? What is the reason you want to embark on this journey? What is your strong why? So how many of you still remember what you put down during that time? We also ask you to grade by level, right? Whether you're at level 1 or level 5. Okay, do you still remember? Were you at level 1 or 2, 3, or 4, or 5? You remember, type it on the chat. Okay, or share with us where are you now? Don't remember already. Okay, so if you're 3, right, what is it right now? What is it right now? Do you have your strong why or not? Okay, so but this is not the session to help you figure this out. All right, this is not the session to help you figure this out, but to remind you that this is absolutely necessary, because if, let's say, we are the vehicle, if you are driving your mind, body, and spirit as the vehicle to achieve your goal, then this strong why is part of your engine. Okay, how smooth, how fast you're going to progress, the quality of the engine will play a big factor, isn't it? And the strong why represents your engine. Okay, so when you have a strong why, you are not easily distracted. Like if you look at this crisscrossing highway, you know, you may be confused on how you're gonna get to your destination. Like me, when I first so-called migrated down to KL from Penang, just couldn't cope with the road system here. Okay, but if you have a strong why, then you can see a clear path ahead. Right, that's how powerful it is. And during Master Trader Bootcamp, we covered these 6 human needs, right? So how many of you are master traders here? You have done master traders already, MTB already. Can you list it down for me? What are the 6 human needs, right? We say that 6 human needs is also part of the engine. It is what drives us. So look it up if you want to know more. There is one of the most popular TED Talk done by Tony Robbins. You just have to Google, go to YouTube and search for Tony Robbins 6 Human Needs TED Talk, and you'll be able to find that very, very famous video where he talks about these 6 human needs. Thank you, Cheryl. Certainty, uncertainty. Yes, Cheryl is one of our master trader. Role, significance, love and connection, contribution. Thank you, Joey, another master trader as well. So these are the 6, right? It is said that everything that we do in life is driven by our need for one of these 6 basic human needs. Sometimes we do things because it meets all our needs or some of our needs, right? Let's say, for example, some people want to succeed in their career because it gives them significance, because they feel great that they have achieved something that they can share with other people. That's, in a very, very simple term, a need for significance, and it's actually a positive thing, right? Although a need can be met in a negative way, but by itself, it is generally positive and a good thing, right? Just that sometimes we choose a negative way to meet the needs. So according to the 6 human needs psychology, these are the 6 things that drive everything that we do, right? So if you think about it, after you watch that video, if you haven't watched it already, everything that we do in life is to meet at least one of these needs. Okay, so just briefly, certainty is to understand and know that, you know, when you do something, you will get certain results, right? When you repeatedly do something and it gives you the results that you want, you are meeting your certainty need. And this is why trading can be so challenging when you are new at it, because do you have absolute certainty when you put in a trade that it's going to be a winning trade? You don't. And in fact, you will never have it. You will never have it. Not only market is dynamic, but things can happen in the market that is out of anyone's control, like the pandemic, for example. Okay, so because of that, because human being, you know, we tend to pursue certainty in life, right? That's why process is important. When business want to be successful, then they need to establish process, because at least in some part of the business, the business owner know that by executing process, it will bring in a certain results. But you can't do this, let's say, for example, in business context for innovation, right? You cannot generate innovation out of your current business process. Innovation is always about something new, but nevertheless, there's a process to create innovation. So it's now close to 9 already. So I'm gonna wrap up this part and let you know that this is a subject that we cover pretty much in detail during Master Trader Bootcamp. You just have to watch that video to be convinced that these are the fundamental things that drive everything that we do. Like, you know, even what you chose to wear this morning to go to work is actually because you need to meet a certain need. Okay, so now in trading, it is important that we understand how our needs are met and also not met, how our 6 human needs are met and not met in the trading process. Have that awareness and insights so that, you know, we can kind of adjust the way our mind work. In return, we will have peace of mind, because then when we understand that, you know, this part of trading is not making my 6 human needs, when we know that, we will make adjustment in our process, in our mind, to make sure that the process in the future can meet the need, whether in a higher level, or avoid the things that are violating the needs. Okay, so let me leave that at that level and go to the next thing, the next part of the grid formula, which is I, insights. So relating to the 6 human needs concept, right? This is part of the insights that you will get to learn when you come for the Master Trader Bootcamp. I think many of the master traders here who has attended can testify that it's one of the, usually one of the major topics where people get breakthroughs, right? In how they see trading and also how they see relationship and life as well. So what is it about insights? Okay, so taking the analogy of a car. Now, many of us drive to work or drive cars. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, it's my assumption, okay, I'm pretty sure that there are many of you who is also like me. I actually don't have much knowledge about what's going on under the hood. I kind of know how pistons work to produce power for the car, but if you ask me to break it down further, I cannot explain already, okay? And you know how the different components of the car work. I mean, gee, there are people, right? There are people, not non-engineer, non-mechanics, right? Hobbyists who can actually buy parts of cars and assemble it, okay? But how many of you, when it comes to car, you know how to troubleshoot your car? You know how to take it apart and put it back. How many of you can do that? All right. Wow, Chris, 1. 2%. The rest cannot lah. Can drive only. The rest once you open the hood, you don't know what's going on already, right? Yeah. So, but you know, as I said, if we are the vehicle, right? We are the body, the mind, and the spirit that, you know, gives us the success that we need. Then how well do you know what's under the hood? Under the hood means what's inside here and also inside here, right? How much do you know about it? Okay, so because the human mind and also the heart, sometimes we do think with the heart, correct? The human mind and the heart is an incredibly complex processor. Okay, much more complicated than any AI out there at the moment. So the question to you is, you have process map for your trading strategies, don't you? Okay. Do you have a process map for your mind? How many of you have it? How many of you have one? Okay. Silence, right? So mine, it's a complicated thing, right? The diagram, you look at it, right there, just tell you what are different areas for the brain and the mind. Okay, which part of your brain is used for what? Is that helpful? No, it's not helpful. Okay, you still don't know how to put this together to make changes, to make money, to do whatever. Okay, now, so how do we deal with that? How do we deal with that complexity? Now, being beyond insights, we are always looking for insights, okay, and beyond that. And we call these things that I'm going to show you, these components that I'm going to show you, your personal GPS navigation system, right? So this is how you're going to gain insights, not just into life, but into your trading as well. So I'm going to share with you a few components. Obviously, don't have time to break it down here. But I think when you see these components, you will appreciate, understand what I'm talking about, especially if you are a parent, if you have been in the corporate world, if you are in business. And these are the things that we usually talk about: beliefs, values, identity, and also primary question. You might not have heard about primary questions, but again, these are the navigation system that you can actually look at and design to condition your mind and also your heart to steer it towards a certain way. Okay, so I think everyone should know what value means. If you are in the corporate world, we talk about vision, mission, and values, right? And how does that affect your trading? This is something that is important to think about, isn't it? And also identity. Who are you? Who are you? How many of you actually believe that you are a disciplined person? Please type me on the chat. How many of you actually believe congruently, without any shadow of a doubt, 100% conviction that you are a disciplined person? Type a me on the chat. Hey. Okay. Trying to be 170%. Okay. All right. So can still improve. Yeah. So identity is our conviction about who we are, right? And some of you may have an identity of a loving mother, for example, and you know in your heart with 100% conviction that you love your children with 100% of your heart. Absolutely sure. And that is an example of an identity. A loving mother, for some of you, is an identity, which helps you to do whatever it takes to help your children to be successful in life, to support them, to give them what they need and what they want sometimes to make them successful. So that's an example of how powerful an identity is. You know, in the Traders Declaration, what's the last one? Right? We are multi-millionaire traders, right? So that's what's the reason we want you to do it, right? We want you to embrace that identity. We know it's not easy. We know it's so much beyond just reciting the Traders Declaration. But developing that identity is so important, right? Because if you can do it, it will really drive things that you do. It will help you prioritize what's important when it comes to trading. For example, you will be able to buy any shadow of a doubt, put your stop loss and profit target consistently, because you have 100% embraced the identity as a disciplined trader, because that's what disciplined traders mean, right? So how do you develop identity? That's something that we also address in MTB. So this is just to give you a teaser, right? That we have actually broken down all these different components of the so-called mindset. Mindset is a term of cliche, it's a very broad term, but we have broken it down into components that we will actually put into MTB to not only give you insights, but to give you actionable insights, right? Things that you can do to condition and recondition your mindset to become the successful trader that you want to be. Now, let's also give you some examples about beliefs. Okay, so during MTB, by the way, belief is just a very small component of MTB. There's so much more that we will uncover and discover with you. Let's say, for example, if I ask you to fill in the blank, stock market is, fill in the blank. What would you, what comes to your mind? Can you just type it in the chat? Stock market is, please type in the chat. What first thing that comes to your mind? Fun, full of opportunities, risky, dynamic, okay, complicated, unpredictable, place to earn money, random. All right. Thank you for your participation. So now let's look at some of the legit casino. Okay. All right. So if you have this belief deep down in your subconscious mind that stock market is risky, how would it affect your behavior, you think? How would it affect your behavior? Right? Would you tend not to go all out? Not to go all out? When I say go all out, it doesn't mean put all your capital in a trade, okay? Go all out means, as what we say in the declaration, I do whatever it takes to be a successful trader, right? Are you going to do whatever it takes if at the back of your mind there's a little voice that says, you know, stock market is risky. You better be careful not to lose all your money. Yep. And what about, yes, thank you for your sharing. What about if you believe that stock market is complicated, right? When you believe that something is complicated, what will happen to your behavior, right? So these are beliefs that we have about things that actually affect how we trade and how we invest. For example, your belief about money actually has a huge impact on your trading success. Now, I'm 100% sure that when you come to Beyond Insights, okay, because all of you came to Beyond Insights as an adult, you already have a lot, right? When I say a lot, I'm talking about like terabytes of data in your brain about money, about stock market, about discipline, about trading, about whatever it is that has direct impact on your trading success. So if you don't inspect your belief, if you don't work on your belief that has been in your operating system, what do you think are your chances of success in trading and investing, right? So bringing back in the analogy of the car, right? Let's say you just need the car to drive from point A to point B. Definitely, you don't need to know how the engine works. Okay, so that's akin to, let's say, for example, you just want to give your money to a unit trust manager to invest for you. Well, definitely you don't need to know much about how stock market works. You just need to trust that the fund manager is doing a good job. But if you are doing this yourself, believing that by doing this yourself, you can realize your potential, not only to be a great trader, but to be a great person of character, so that you'll be able to achieve the dream that you want, then wouldn't it be important to know what's under the hood, right? Just like if you look at any Formula One drivers, right? They know how their car work, right? They're not just the dumb guy who drive the car. They have to work and cooperate with the engineers to drive their car at peak performance. And so do you if you want to be a top trader. Okay, so this is an example of something that we are going to help you discover during the Master Trader Bootcamp as well. Or you can, if you have the knowledge and ability to, I suggest you start doing it from today onwards. Okay, so there's this process where we help you to examine whether whatever you believe is true and is justified, right? This is something that you can research as well, the justified true belief framework. You can't just believe in anything, right? Whatever it is, for a knowledge to be real, it has to be a justified true belief, right? This is a sub-framework that we have to help people examine all the beliefs that are important to investing and trading success, so that you can recondition and rewire the beliefs that you have, right? This is just a very small example of what we do during the Master Trader Bootcamp. Okay, so just now during the introduction where we talk about grit, right? Where we talk about growth mindset, we say that growth mindset can be cultivated with experience. Now, thing is, how long does it take for a person to gain experience? If, let's say, for example, a traders with 3 years experience, right? Just going through the market as it happens, it will take 3 years, right? That's real market experience, right? But what if there's a way for you to go through 30 years of market cycle, the major identifiable market situation that you can face in 30 years. Go through them to help you discover your mindset, your beliefs, what you value, things that can trip you, things that can trigger you. All the 30 years of market condition compressed into half a day for you to go through in an activity, so that you can find insights into yourself. What do you think will be the benefit of that? Right? Think about it and share with us if it's something that you value. Then we can talk more about whether MTB is suitable for you or not. Right? So during MTB, we will give you the blueprint as well. What is a professional trader's mindset supposed to be, right? So that you have a map that you can follow. And we have this master trader framework as well. As you know, Beyond Insights by now, we want to systemize everything so that you have as much clarity as you need to execute whatever you learn from us, including the mindset stuff. Okay, so this is a snapshot of the Journey to Mastery framework. Just an example of the framework that you will receive during the boot camp. To break it down in stages, step by step, what are the things that you need to achieve or overcome or learn or to adapt in different stages of your trading journey. Right? So insights, that wraps up the part about insights. My main point there is that in order to be successful, you have to have a disciplined way to find insights into yourself. Without insights into your mind, how you operate, likelihood you are not going to be able to persevere, because you will face so much stress, so much emotional challenge that you will give up too early, right? And that's the reason why 95 of the traders don't make it successfully. And so is life, right? Now, the last part of GRIT is T, transformation. So just to quickly share with you about what transformation truly means, right? Because, you know, if all it takes to grow is knowing what you want and changing your approach until you succeed, then why doesn't everyone do it? Because it's not easy, right? Changes are not easy. And it's not easy because a lot of people look at it the wrong way. Okay. Gee, I jumped to this too quick. So, sorry, pretend you didn't see that. Okay. So I want to ask you, right? What does transformation mean to you? Can you type on the chat? What does transformation mean to you? What does the word transformation means to you? Different me, okay? Yep, I like that. Change and be better. New identity, fear, better me, become a better me, better person, habits, better approach, improvement, disruptive change. All right. Caterpillar becomes butterfly. Yes, thank you. Sharper version. Thank you. Out of comfort zone. Thank you. All really good answers. Maybe some people may think that transformation means an 180-degree change. 180-degree. Wow, you're a totally different person now compared to 3 years ago. Well, of course, that's great, right? That's sometimes what we want, right? To be a very different person because we have grown so much. But I think the way to look at it, right? We have to look at it carefully, because if we don't, this is why people say most New Year resolution fail, right? People make resolution at the beginning of the end of the year and then they never follow through. But why is that? So instead of looking at big goals, big transformation, when it comes to the concept of transformation, how about we look for small changes instead? Small changes instead, because you can transform daily if you want to. Now, this is said by James Clear. He said, goals are overrated. Execution is everything. Everybody wants a gold medal. Gold medal represents the success that you want. But few people want to train like an Olympian. Few people will do whatever it takes. Having a goal is easy. Executing on a goal is hard. Starters are many, finishers are few. And in the end, execution is everything. So what does that mean? It means building up small habits, make small changes every day, and then let it stack up. This is the compounding effect. Did you know that with habits, you can have that compounding effect as well? So look at that chart over there. If you just be 1% better every day and compound it in a year, you are 37 times better. 37 times better. But if you are 1% every day, 1% worse every day, you're not going to feel anything actually. Okay? Because you're just 0.03% worse. 0.03 times worse. So I think that's the most important thing that we want to share about transformation at this point. That yes, 180 degree transformation is what we can hope for, right, in years to come. But let us just focus on that 1% change every day. Be 1% better every day. And this is what grit is about. So how do you execute transformation? How do you do transformation on the daily basis? Number one, develop a growth mindset. Number two, build resilience to all kinds of stress when things don't go according to your way. You can do it better once you understand where your stress is coming from. So understand your stress, then you can manage it. How do you understand your stress? What have we talked about earlier under insights? We talk about your beliefs, right? Your belief, your values, your identity. What are the questions that you usually ask yourself, right? That's question in your mind. What are the questions that you usually ask yourself when you trade, right? You do realize that you ask yourself questions all the time, don't you? So it is something that happens unconsciously, and in MTB, we make it conscious so that you can deal with it. And number three, pursue insights into your thoughts, actions, behavior, and outcome when you are trading, and journal them. Your journal will give you insights, but how do you deal with them? This is what we hope to help you learn during MTB. And number four, use the insights that you gain to improve resilience and create transformation. Okay, so with the insights that you gain, you can improve resilience and you can create that 1% transformation on a daily basis. This is why I would think that out of these 4 steps, number 3 is the most impactful one, right? But of course, you have to take action on it as well. So this is based on actual survey that the top challenges faced by our Beyond Insights graduates, right? We did this survey not too long ago with a sample size of 893. And look at this. According to the feedback from our students, 76% of the challenges they are facing is psychological. Only 19% of them have technical or fundamental challenge, the so-called competency challenge. So, you know, how many of you agree that psychology is important as part of your success, right? Can we have that poll? How many of you agree with the statement that trading psychology is important for consistency and success? Okay, we have about 60% participation. There you go. Yep. Huge majority of you agree. Nobody says no. Some few of you are partial. All right. So let me bring this over. All right. So I'd like to bring up a sharing here from one of our Master Trader Bootcamp graduate, Edwin, and he talks about in detail what are the so-called psychological points that he was missing when he was trading.
My name is Edwin Chung. I'm the Dean of the School of Engineering and Computing at Manipal University. I have been an academician for like 13 years. Before that, I have always been in the semiconductor industry. MTB, in a way, has changed me in the sense that it has changed me as a person. I don't know how you guys are doing it online, but the one that we had, residential type where we, you know, at Bukit Tinggi, that is brilliant. Anyone seriously thinking the psychology part, right? Because a lot of the decision we make, a lot of our reaction is based on our psychology. And if you don't understand your psychology, do not know how to handle your psychology, then I don't think you'll be as successful as you can be until after you go through MTB. So company insight would be like at the investment level, but if you want to deal with your psychological level, you know, are you chasing after the market? Are you scared because to enter, even though it's good, simply because you are scared of losing money? You know yourself now, and you are very aware of your self-thinking and your self-talk. So MTB, That's a
Yeah.
must. Let me give it to you in this form, yeah. This young man, his behavior became quite arrogant and rude, and he ended up mixing with someone in the school that wasn't good. And it turns out that he was seeking approval from his father, start to seek recognition and affirmation of how good he is by him changing his character. But when he realized it, he said, okay, now back to my story. I have a handicap in a sense that I constantly have to prove myself, a bit like this young man's story. Like I constantly have to prove myself to someone. And a lot of the action I do is because subconsciously I want to prove myself to this person. Yeah. So you would do that like, yeah, I miss it. I put a little bit higher because you want to get in, right? But at the same time, I fear missing out, but I also fear losing money. So these are like, you want to get in, but you are fearing losing money. So there are times that you look at the ticker and then you, simply because at the back of the mind, I am actually intending to prove myself to a certain person, right? But once I realize this, it's like, who am I to prove? I'm just trading, ma. Is it a good setup to enter? So that ghost that is haunting you before is gone. It doesn't work. One of the games in MTB, I mean, I should not review too much details. So one of the games, I did all the wrong things, right? Of course, I lost money, real money. But today, that mistake, right, is like a hot iron branded into me, you know? Every time I see something like that, it's like, are you doing this? Are you buying? I'm just saying this. Are you buying? I asked myself that question. So the play the game will understand what I mean. These are only two things that I mentioned. Like there are so many things. In MTB is really lesson well paid for, you know, worth it.
Terence, you're muted.
All right, so just to clarify, those words are bleep up, not because they are swear words, but because it will reveal the secret to the game. So we hope that all of you
My
will
name is
come
Alex.
and play the game, enjoy the game, and most importantly, learn from the game as how it has benefited Edwin. We are 100% sure that it will also benefit you in a way that you cannot even imagine right now. Okay, for those of you who hasn't done it yet, because it will reveal to you how your mind is wired and how it is actually affecting your trading and investing. So our next Master Trader Bootcamp will be on 27 June and 1st July. Still tentative because we need to confirm the venue, right? So we are quite close to confirming the venue already. If everything's okay, then those will be the dates. It will be 4.5 days of immersive experience, right? In the past few years, because of the pandemic, we have done some of the components online, but this year we are going full offsite again, okay? And it's going to be fully offsite. The fees that you're going to see later does not include the accommodation and transportation to the venue. Okay, so accommodation, we will work out a package for you, but transformation, you have to arrange yourself, obviously, depending on where you're from and how you want to do it. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the special discount we have for you, but can we have a poll just to have an indication, right? For those of you who has not attended yet, how many of you would consider, right? If the dates are okay for you, if the arrangements are okay for you, how many of you would consider attending MTB? All right. So please put in your response. So how does it relate to whatever we have talked about today, right? So why attend MTB? Because you will grow in an accelerated way, because you will see the market and see yourself in a different way after MTB. You will be able to develop resilience because now you know what drives you, right? You know what's under the hood, you know what's in the engine. Yeah, it's not unknown to you anymore. So when things don't go the way you want it to be, you know how to modify it, you know how to tweak it, you know how to change it, you know how to improve it. And thirdly, you'll be able to discover critical insights that you need to develop a professional trader's mindset with our systematic, right? Everything about BI is systematic. It's about guided process under a compressed timeline. Remember, Edwin talked about that game, that half-day game. That's when you actually, that's one of the game that you get to experience the emotion as if you are going through a 30 years market cycle, right? Gaining experience is important for a growth mindset, but this helps you to gain 30 years of experiences in just half a day. It's going to be amazing for you. So, fourth, be renewed and transformed in an inspiring and supportive environment, knowing that your transformation will last. How do you make transformation last? We'll share with you when you come for MTB. Okay, so what do you get? You get to discover, the root cause that is holding you back. You get to break through them. You will get to discover subconscious biases that has been affecting the way you trade, and you will now understand the reality of each trading style and know what you need to adjust to make you successful, whether it's swing trading, trend trader, or intraday trader. So there will be lots of immersive experiential learning games, and most importantly, you learn to master your emotions and resilience, not only in trading, but in life, in business, and whatever endeavor you want to be successful in. So you will definitely have breakthroughs. It's just a question of how many, all right? So at the end of it, I think this is all we want. Trading successfully with peace of mind. So we only do this once every 1.5 years because it's just so resource intensive, right? This was the 2022 batch. And if you want to enroll, this is our special offer. We are launching the early bird offer right now, early bird offer. If you sign up for MTB by itself a la carte, the original price is 10,888, and you are now getting 890 off for the early bird discount, right? So which means that if you do 36 months installment, it's only just 277 ringgit or USD 65 only, right? So if you want to enroll now, go to this link, beyondinsights.info/MTB. This offer is valid until this Thursday, 24th October, because it is the early bird offer, right? We are just, today is the first day we start enrollment for this new intake. Except for those of you who has enrolled earlier together with the professional traders package, right? We also have the MTB early bird offer if you want to enroll it as a package as well, right? If you have been considering doing intraday or options, you can also package it together with MTB, and we will give you 300 ringgit off on top of whatever the package price is as the MTB early bird offer, right? Same thing goes to beyondinsights.info/MTB. The information and the link to sign up is all there. It's also valid until 24th October, this Thursday. And there is more. So as we celebrate our 16-year anniversary, there is a lucky draw as well. Okay. So for the students who enroll in any package that includes Master Trader Bootcamp or Macro and Industry Insights, any of the package that includes either MTB or Macro Insights and Industry Insights, because it's a 16-year anniversary, you actually stand a chance to win an iPhone 16, right? A brand new iPhone 16 that is launched recently. where we will be doing the online live lucky draw on 28 November 2024. November 28, 2024. Be there. Enroll now. Be there during that day. And you might just win a new iPhone 16. Okay, so while it is 9:35, market has opened already, and but I would be happy to stay back for a while if you have any questions that you want to ask. And for those of you who are thinking about it and you still have some questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I will release you back to the market. Trade well today. I hope you have good results in years and years to come.
All right, thank you, Terence, for today's sharing. Very, very insightful. So if any of you have any questions that you'd like to ask Terence, please do post them in the chat so that I can bring it up to Terence. We have a very interesting question here, Terence. So, oh, hold on, where did that question go? Hold on, the chat's moving really fast. Give me a moment. All right, Terence, we have a question here from Rachel, right? Do you track the success rate of the students who have enrolled in MTB?
Do we track the success rate of students who has enrolled in MTB? Yeah, we do. I mean, we do track success rate for all students. So if we correlate that to MTB, right? We do find that students who has gone through MTB, they do achieve consistency sooner and faster than people who has not gone through. Exactly how many percent? Can't give you an exact figure right now because we will be doing our year-end what we call a student progress survey soon. I think with that we should have statistically significant enough data to confidently give a percentage, because we need 1,000 points, right? I think we need at least 1,000 points to have something that is statistically significant. So we might be able to achieve that end of this year, hopefully. Yeah.
All right. Terence, I can't see.
Yeah, Terence, your camera is off.
My camera is off.
Yes.
I think it's called the OBS. Right. Anyway, to add on to that, right? Yes. Based on the you know the survey that Terence showed just now, right? So I remember when I was doing the analysis for that one, we did correlate that to MTB graduates as well, and the results, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but I remember that when we did the analysis, that students who have gone through MTB did have better consistency and success rate compared to the people who have not gone through MTB. So the short answer is yes. All right. So, oh yes, Jacqueline, thank you very much. Yes, correct. That is until 24th October and not 24th November. It's until this Thursday for the special early bird offer. All right. So anyone else has any more questions about Master Trader Bootcamp, do post it in the chat. And I do highly encourage everyone to go for it, because I myself, I've gone through the programs as well. And I find that it really does make a difference in my trading, because you will realize a lot of these subconscious thoughts that, you know, as what Terence said just now, all these things that were under the hood, and you never actually go through and open it up to dig through it and discover what kind of perceptions that you have, right? And after you know about that, when you trade, you're able to catch yourself faster when you fall back into these autopilot modes. Of course, yes, it does take time for you to build up that awareness, right? But as you go through this journey, you will find that awareness somewhere along the way. So yes, I do highly encourage everyone to go for that. All right. Okay, so see that we do not have any more questions. Terence, is there any? Okay, one question by Justin. What if we can't make it after enrolling? Since the date is not confirmed, will postponing the MTB incur additional charges? Okay, Justin, let me just answer that for you. So you have as any programs, advanced programs, right? You have 2 years to complete the programs, but because for MTB, we only conduct it every 1.5 years, right? So yes, you do get the chance to postpone it without any charges, as long as you let us know beforehand, Justin, because we will confirm the dates quite soon. We're working really, really hard. Kylie's working really hard to get the dates finalized and also the venue finalized very soon for you. All right, Justin? So the answer is no, there will be no additional charges to postpone that. All right, hope that's clear. All right, so thank you again, Terence. Let me just wrap up with a short announcement for everyone. All right, so again, these are the special offer early bird for today, because we know that MTB is happening next June and we only have it once every 1.5 years. And we also want all of you to be able to set your schedule and block these dates in your schedule for next year, so that it doesn't come to like 2 months before and you're like, oh no, I can't attend those dates. We don't want that to happen. So we want to let you know upfront, and also to get your early commitment upfront, so that we can all work on our trading journey together. Okay, so these are the prices for the a la carte. For those of you who have already taken intraday or options and you want to take a la carte Master Trader Bootcamp, this is the best offer that we can give you as an early bird. And for the MTB packages, if any of you have not taken intraday and MTB, or options and MTB, then this is also a really great deal. So to clarify again, this 300 ringgit off is on top of the package price, which is already a really, really great deal by itself, right? So do go ahead and enroll now. And on top of that, you get a chance to participate in the 16th anniversary lucky draw, right? So as Terence mentioned just now, you get a chance to bring home an iPhone 16 worth, I think about 5K. All right, so this is in conjunction with our 16th anniversary celebrations. So that's why we have iPhone 16 up for grabs for you. All right, and for tomorrow lunchtime, we have invited Whelan, our coach, to share with you about how trading and investing has enriched his journey, as well his life and his journey over the past 10 years. So make sure to join us for the next lunch talks, and also the last lunch talks of our 16th anniversary celebration. All right, so this is the last one for this year. So do make sure to join us tomorrow during lunchtime from 12:30 to 1 p.m. All right, I look forward to seeing all of you there. And our last event for this 16th anniversary will be with Kathleen on the 2nd of November at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. All right, or 6 p.m. All right, so do block your dates for 2nd of November as well. It's a Saturday afternoon. All right, and I hope to see all of you there. So again, thank you everyone for being here tonight. We truly appreciate your commitment to your trading and investing journey. And thank you so much, Terence, Janice, and Hannah, for being with us tonight. So thank you everyone. Trade well. And there's a saying in MTB, trade well and prosper. See all of you soon.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath.